All right, now that we've got a few terms and we've talked to the contractor is also, in a way, going to choose you, okay? So even though you might have your first contractor and you really like him and you put in an estimate and you got a bid and everything, um, what a contractor is going to look for is an open process. And they know that, yes, they have 6 different jobs that they're working on or more at the same time, but a good rapport between the two of you is going to translate to a better project process. The more you are a straight shooter with them, the easier it's going to make them deal with you. And it'll get you some of the better aspects of a contractor, where if you do run into a problem, they will say, well, you know what, I'm going to try to fix this for free for you, or just try to have it taken care of instead of burdening you as the owner with some sort of small problem that might cost a little bit of extra money, or might, be an extra $100 here or there. They aren't going to be concerned about those things. They just are going to be willing to have the project done for you. You should listen to the contractors and their advice, whether or not you choose them. All right. So if you've had them come to your project site, if you met with them, and you said that you have a small expansion or a renovation, and you really want this or want that, and you have something strange with a cantilever or something that's odd, the general contractor may say, you're asking for too much for this price. You should really think about revamping your price and or what you want to have done. That's typically a conversation that you might have, and that might be a little bit upsetting at first. But listen to that advice, whether you like them or not. Listen to what they're telling you, because they have seen a lot of projects and they are willing to share with you what may work within your budget and your scope and what may not. So even if they didn't even make your top 3 of your choices, they might have some good advice for you about what the cost might be, about some of the problems that might occur, or if you have an issue with something special, like any specialty items as well. Say kitchen size or bathroom size, or say flooding or something else where you're trying to prevent some issues on your building or your project. So you both should have the understanding that the project will end and there'll be a way out for you and for the contractor if there's bumps along the way, and you're going to work it out. Understand that. The contractor's going to say, I know that not every project runs smoothly, and you can even ask them, how many projects have you had where you had no issues whatsoever? And they might furrow their brow and look at you like, what are you talking about? Every project has something that's small, whether a subcontractor went out of business or something that they couldn't control and it got out of hand. They may mention a few projects that go very, very smoothly, and that's the top of their reference list. But what about the projects that didn't? Where are the avenues for the two of you to smooth things out and work things out that might be a little bit troublesome? And you might expect better quality, say with a run of ductwork, or where a wall might be located, or how the electrical is done, or where lights are located. And you had a different understanding, and when you walk the site one day and you look around and say, man, I thought it was going to be this or that, and the contractor's worried about not meeting your quality expectations, and that's where the two of you can work that out as well. So they want to make sure that you're going to be not easy to please, but easier to please. That yes, there will be a final acceptance, that you will be pleased with their work and it meets your expectations, that you're not going to be the hardest customer to work for ever. And you might even say to them, well, I might be hard to work for, but at least acknowledge that and I pay on time. That's not necessarily a good thing, okay? That's a backhanded compliment to yourself. And they will pay attention to that, and they'll realize that, yeah, okay, you're going to expect a lot, but you're going to expect a lot out of them, and therefore they should expect a lot out of you as well, that you're going to be clear about your direction. So if you're a little bit ambiguous about what you expect, then that's going to maybe lead to a higher price or to not working out with that contractor that well. And that leads into the last point of being consistent and reasonable. So being better to work with and being upfront about what you expect and knowing what your expectations are and setting those high as they might be early on, but being clear about what you expect all the way through the process from budget to the final completion may get you a lower price. They might know exactly what to aim for, exactly what the scope is, and they might have a great understanding about everything that's being done for them in the planning process so that you have a good idea of, you know what, if the schedule doesn't work out and I need to slip past July 4th, I have a contingency plan for that. I would really like not to because hey, Mr. Contractor, I'd like to invite you to the party. And I'd really like not to, exceed a certain budget, but if we need to, then I'm going to be in your face about everything. And you should realize that, Mr. Contractor. I think that they'll have a clear understanding and at least be a straight shooter about that. Perhaps they might have a clear understanding with that at the beginning, but you really need to maintain that communication along the way. And before accepting that contract as well, make it clear to everything and everything that they're going to be doing for you, and therefore it may get you a better schedule and price, etc. And they'll have a clear defined path to reach that end goal, and that's going to be a lot better for them and a lot more willing for them to work with you.